that bong. Yeah, recording.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, baby. Welcome back to Pretty Much Expert.
Jesus Christ.
I'm Robert John, live from Dublin, Ireland. There's Mikey in his cloudy van.
Yeah, not making fucking vinegar strokes face.
No. And then
Like your brother over
Skyler,
there.
what do you... That was a hard rip right there.
Oh my god, it went right to my nose.
That reminded me, and I know you're going to remember this. Do you remember laughing so hard that we almost puked about our friend, going to the bathroom and making fart noises in the mirror? Like he was shitting, but not actually shitting.
Yeah, I do remember that, because he was like...
Oh, man.
We, like, hung out with one of our buds, and he was,
It's making me tear up.
He was just, like, so mature.
You said
like,
cool.
Too mature and cool for us, and it was like,
Yeah, like,
he's
there's
so
no way
mature.
he shits.
Yeah, there's like he just goes to the washroom and tells people like I have to go for a BM, and then goes and looks in the mirror and makes fart noises. I do remember that. We laugh like fucking school children off over that.
I still think about it.
It's just his face. You can see his face.
His lips, yeah. Oh, Lord.
Oh, fuck, Lord.
Hello, anyway.
Yeah, welcome to episode 1, year 2.
53 episodes?
What?
Beauty.
This is our first episode, second season.
Okay, don't confuse it
now
with
it's
math,
too
okay?
Volume 2.
Yeah.
No, this is about like season 2. Like one of us has to die. You know, we got to keep the fucking
Not it.
What do we do with
I
this?
was gonna ask you, Skyler, what's it like to openly blow bong all through the house with no spoof? That all your 14-year-old self could imagine it would be?
Well, he's stoned.
Yeah, definitely. Like
Like, you've
14-year-old
earned it.
me is I have fucking earned it. 14-year-old me has just got like hard undies right now. Like they're just so full of dry
Disgusting.
semen that it's just they're like
Okay.
you know you
Crunchy.
can't get out of them. Crunchy, sure, whatever.
Like a peanut brittle.
Right? Have you ever shellacked like a good fabric? It's like that.
Yeah, I've shellacked.
Yeah, who hasn't?
Yeah.
RJ,
Yes.
you shellac? Yeah.
You should
See,
see-
we've all done it.
See this bed beside me.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice to be able just to... It's a weird thing that we still do hide the bong when, like, roommates' parents, if they come over, we hide all the paraphernalia.
Oh, yeah.
Just to kind of respect, right? Like, you don't need to know about our... I wouldn't leave the needles out either, you know?
No. What about the sex toys? You're putting them away.
No. They need...
No? That's where you draw the line?
They're on display.
They're not allowed in the bedroom. The
Okay.
dungeon of fuck is what I call it. Yeah.
Okay, it's got a neon sign and
Yeah,
everything.
you guys were talking about your fucking Axe and your Old Spice earlier, and I'm telling you, there's not enough fragrance in the world that would make that room smell nice.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, it's nice.
Beauties of homeownership.
Yeah, you can smell how you want
It's the downside to memory foam for sure.
it. Is there? It's just a
pools.
screaming face.
It just pools.
Pools, yeah. Who's pool? But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. It'd be nicer, like it's a townhouse. I'd enjoy it better if we had like our own like sexy backyard and I felt like I was alone in my backyard. But
Yeah.
other than that, I'm, still over the moon with her.
Yeah, you have to like go off the beaten path to like find a place with a decent backyard for a reasonable amount of money. Like
Oh,
you
not
can't
in
do that
this-
in a city.
No.
Not in this climate.
Not in this
No.
climate.
Yeah. You think it's hot in that van? Should try the real
It's nice. It's nice right now. It's nice right now.
It's
but
cooled
it
off,
does
has
get
it?
nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crack a door.
Not like last week.
No. Not like
Yeah.
Last
today in
week,
Dublin.
yeah.
It's a roasty one.
Yeah, not for me.
No, God no.
No.
Before we get into
control.
our gripes, though, we should learn from our prior year of mistakes. Thank you, Frontline Fiesta. You guys rule. Download this show on everywhere podcasts are from. Tell your friends. We need some more views. And the episode this week, we're talking about documentary called "I Love You, Now Die," which was
Riveting.
riveting. There's so much to unpack. But before we unpack, we'll do a quick round the horn of gripes.
Let's do a quick pack.
You guys have any
Let's quickly pack our gripes out.
Yeah, what's our weekly gripes this week?
Yeah, what do we got?
Kick us off. Yeah, you said
I have just a super first world problem gripe.
Oh, here it comes.
The gym I go to is right
Oh.
beside fucking McDonald's, and it's the most
Ooh.
annoying thing in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we all know you have a problem.
I can't not go to McDonald's when I leave that place. It's impossible.
They know that.
Even when I get to the gym, I'm like, oh, I have some salmon fillets at home. They're gonna be so good.
Yeah.
After a workout, I walk out the door. I'm just like, yeah, but McNuggets would be sick right now.
It's like you don't even think about it. You're just like, as soon as you walk out of the gym, it's just
I just
right
turn
in
right. It's like I don't
Yeah.
even live right. Why did I go this way?
You know why
You have to start associating McDonald's with something really shitty.
But it's so good.
Like you gotta go and get raped, or half murdered, or something. Like something bad has to happen to you at a McDonald's.
When I was at McDonald's on
Okay.
Monday,
I'm not advocating rape. I'm saying that it might help you not eat McDonald's if you were to get raped.
I saw a full-blown domestic
Yeah.
in the McDonald's the other day.
Oh, no.
Well, that's encouragement to go back.
It was
Yeah, that
super
is-
awkward.
It's the opposite.
Do you step in? What do you do?
Yeah,
I don't know.
This.
hold on to your plastic.
I remember
And
one
by
time-
domestic, I mean this full-grown adult male dad slapped his kid hard as shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I say something in those situations.
I
I do.
don't know what to say though. It's I looked at him like, are you fucking serious?
Well, I'd say, what the fuck?
But he was
buddy?
some
You gotta rock up,
super
Stick your
shady
chest out.
North Dublin guy that it's I'm not fucking with
This is
him.
Yeah,
If he
Yeah,
went upside
yeah,
the
you
head of
will
a
get
child,
stabbed. You
he's
will.
gonna stab me for sure.
you will lose.
Yeah,
that
speaking
night.
of last week's knife fighting, that's a guy you don't
That's
want
it. It's I look at him that's pretty uncalled for, and he
Give me
just looks
Princess
back at me
Diana,
with that
right?
and what are you
Yeah.
gonna do about it face? And it's finish my
It's
hamburger and leave. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. A different culture,
Different
but I
culture.
would still, I'd say something. I'd still be like, dude,
Yeah,
at the very least, let's get some eyes on this right now.
it was fun.
I'm gonna yell so that everyone's like, why is he yelling? And then it'll be like, this
And it's
motherfucker's hitting his kids.
I don't
Nobody
wanna
else
sound
cared.
I
It was a full
don't
McDonald's.
Yeah, well,
I don't stereotype people, but they're not called the talk it over and cool it down Irish.
No,
Right.
that's it. It's just got to know your audience, and you got to know
yeah.
Yeah.
who you're talking it down to. It's
What's gonna land and what isn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not the go to bed without dinner.
Sleep on it and talk about it in the morning Irish.
They're not the forgive and
No.
forget Irish.
No, God no.
Definitely not.
No, they're the piss on the
No,
grave.
they're not.
They're the
They're
piss.
not the water under the fridge type of Irish. No.
But yeah, McDonald's is a fucking specifically East Wall McDonald's. Fucking heavy spot.
Sounds rough.
There's some shit going on there, man.
I feel like
And I go there all the time.
I've done what Mike has done, and the last 2 times I've had McDonald's, it just hasn't been a pleasant experience for me.
Uh-huh.
I don't go in the building. It's more like I just go home, eat it, and then sit on the couch, and it's that gut rot that it gives you. The people talk about.
It's not good.
No,
I feel
like it's
phenomenal
this
after.
one-
It makes me
like you're
fitter.
saying, East Wall knows what's up, knows how to fucking McDonald.
They do.
Fucking Guelph does not know how to McDonald.
No?
No. If the fries weren't the fries, I don't think you can fuck those up, but it's everything
That's
else.
the only thing I look forward to.
Yeah.
if
I don't
have
even get the
McDonald's,
fries. I pass right over them.
Yeah. Oh my
Wow.
God.
This is the order right
What
here.
do you do? What do you get?
I get a Big Mac,
6 Big Macs.
one Big Mac, 2 orders of 6 chicken nuggets, and a small
You're going to
milkshake.
spending $40 at McDonald's every day? How rich have you gotten this last
It's
year?
Why
like-
go to the
Jesus.
gym?
It's like $14.
Yeah.
Big
Jeez,
Mac,
That's not bad.
Jesus Christ.
That's reasonable.
but I go every day.
Okay, that's a bit much.
It's a lot of money.
It's
a lot.
adding up. I got
Also,
a
with
kid.
the amount of McDonald's you're eating, you gotta be shitting like crazy.
No, I
you
feel like
don't need
there's
to be
Irish
like-
McDonald's is made from a different breed of animal. It's Irish beef. It's Irish McNugget.
There's no,
It's
there,
horse,
like, there are
horse
literally,
and turkey.
There are literally
instead of
no
cow
animals
and
native
chicken.
to Ireland. It's not an Irish animal.
The McNugget,
Yeah.
right? That's Irish.
It-
McNugget.
That's Scottish.
It's all
So
McNugget.
Irish.
Mick? Is it? No, Mick. I think Mick is like it's Scott.
Mick is an Irish term, isn't it? Like Irish, like if you're gonna slam somebody in 1902 and they're Irish, you'd call them a Mick.
But think about
That
if you're
does
calling
sound right.
someone like McDonald, like McDonald down the street. He's got sheep. Like that's
You know what?
Scottish.
Scottish, Irish, they're all
Yeah,
the
it's the
same.
same.
You're
Let's be
fucking
real.
getting
It's like
it,
Oriental.
McDonald.
It's an
You know,
encompassing
like-
They're
term.
all sheep fuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
of
Oh yeah.
course.
Oh yeah.
That's why they call them Micks.
Yeah.
So that's my gripe anyway. Either I have to stop going to the gym or get some self-control. Both are pretty hard.
Dude, just stop going to both places.
Just burn it down. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna
Burn
just
one of
burn
them
it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe they both will catch.
There's enough car fires.
There's
You
enough
can just,
car
like,
fires and police chases in this fucking neighborhood.
There you
start
go.
a car fire and just hope that the winds catch, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I got some into. I don't think I even talked about this on the show,
Yeah, that's
but I
right.
did disclose it in our personal chat. I think it was about 2 weeks ago. I got home at about 3 a.m. Classic. And around 4 a.m. I was awoken to the sounds of people screaming outside. There's a car on fire directly across the street. And it was just like, look out the window, take a quick snap for you two guys. Oh, there's a burning car. Cool. Go back to bed, wake up in the morning, and it's like full burnt out car. Like, okay, that happened. And then I did some asking around, and it turns out that was some old lady's car, like some fucking grandmother across the street.
Okay.
But her son, her grandson anyway, owed some money to some
Oh,
shady
wow.
people, so a message was sent.
Jesus.
Yeah. Can you imagine they just burned down grandma's car because you owe
There's
someone
easier ways. Like is
probably
there a
like
post office in
$3,000?
Ireland?
Like how much of a drug debt can you like rack up before they just stop selling you drugs?
And
It's
they
got to
just
be like
burn
$2
your car
grand.
down. That's
Yeah, pretty fucked up.
Dude, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, that's wild.
Do you know where they live?
Irish
Yeah,
street
across the
justice.
street.
Okay, so across the street, that's cool. If it was like same
Yeah.
building, I'd be like, dude, you don't want to get mixed up in that.
I don't know anyone over there. No, I just asked around. Like, what's
Well,
going
I just
on?
mean like, what if they just come banging on doors?
I think it was pretty targeted. Like, they knew who the guy's grandma was. I don't think he lives there.
Ooh, poor Graham.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. Damn.
That's wild.
Do you think
man.
that's like the IRA, or do you just think?
No,
it's
I think it's
those-
just like drugs.
gang shit?
Gang shit.
Mm.
Rather,
Streets of Dublin. Are you still in Dublin, or
yeah, rather dodgy neighborhood.
is that what it's called? Are you
Yeah.
speaking Irish?
Yeah, dodgy.
He's speaking Irish to us right now.
It's dodgy.
Fucking dodgy.
Didn't understand a
Yeah.
fucking word he
It's a
said.
dodgy neighborhood, yeah.
I think he's talking about dodgeball. Did spawn.
What about you guys?
Yeah.
Any gripes this week? Anything hot you have to get off your chest?
Any hot gripes?
Dude, I'm not griping, but I do have a guilty pleasure.
Oh yeah, guilty
Ooh,
pleasure.
okay.
Yeah.
We take
And,
those.
You'll take those 2 for 1. Stealing. I love stealing.
Yeah.
I just love it so much. Like I'm not stealing from people, you know, very often.
You're not burgling anyone?
I'm not burgling anybody. I'm not stealing from like my friends or anything because Lord knows I need friends.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna.
You can just
waste
ask
them.
to borrow it if it's a friend, right?
Yeah. No, I like stealing from like the grocery store and department stores. It's the only reason I go into stores. And if I'm not like flat out just putting it in my pocket stealing, like I'm scamming them
Yeah.
every time. Like it's every fucking time. I take a sticker off this thing and put it on the other thing so I get it for half the price. You know, like I'm doing the shit. I'm hustling. I'm out here hustling.
Playing the game.
I'm playing the game, and I love it. I'm never not gonna love it.
Yeah. Don't hate the player, hate the game, right?
And it's not like because I need to. I just actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, I can afford that $11.50, fucking step stool, but I want to get it for $5.50.
Yeah.
You know.
This is
Yeah.
true.
Like
I feel like
Yeah.
no one's gone to Value Village and not swapped tags. Like that's the whole point of going there.
oh man, you have to do it.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, you're a bitch.
You're
I
fucking
remember
up.
I tried it one time at
You're
Winners.
fucking up.
I tried it one time at Winners and they fucking caught me.
Really?
Called me out on it. Yeah,
How?
and it was like, I don't know, they're just like, these aren't the right shoes.
Prove it.
Like, and it was,
Prove it.
Prove
Yeah,
it.
and I went over that and then they were like, oh no, these are them. Like, and they brought them over and they were totally the ones I switched with. And I was like, well, I don't fucking want those.
You guys fucked up.
Yeah.
It's not my problem.
No, but I was just like, well, I don't want them then. And I left. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
leave
not
the
the price
store. I
I
didn't buy
agreed
them.
on.
Like, yeah, there's nothing,
So-
nothing criminal has transpired here. I just tried to
This-
grift you.
This just came to my mind. I actually totally forgot about this, but it's on the level. At my local Safeway, which is a grocery store, I heard from one of the manager guys was talking to one of his coworkers, and then I actually picked his brain about it after. He was saying that if there's one woman that comes in Sunday night, and she'll grab things and put them in other sections, and then come back, or this is Saturday, and then she'll come back the next day on a Sunday and go to purchase that thing if it's not moved from that section. And their store policy is if it's out of place, if they have to give it to you for free, not for the price that it's not sitting on the shelf like it was $5.99, now it's $1.99, they're going to give it to you for $1.99. No, it's free. And there's little to no looking into it.
Yeah.
Right? So it's I found this in a random aisle. They'll give it to you for free. That's that store's policy.
What?
And
That's
so I
ludicrous.
asked the guy. I was like, I mean, I prefer to steal the old-fashioned way, put it in my pocket.
Yeah.
And just leave.
So I'm not
The
not
honest
gonna
way.
go through the proper channels and
Not
talk. Yeah,
go
the honest
back
way.
a couple- not go
I'm
back
not
the
gonna
next
I'm
day.
not gonna talk to the manager
Yeah.
to get my shit for free. I'm just gonna take it, right?
Yeah.
Like a man, like a proper man. But so he was saying that
Not like those fake
it's a
ones.
store policy. It's not up to him. It's just the store's policy. And people full blown abuse it. And it's yeah, dude, of course they do.
It's
Because
ridiculous.
once they find out, dude, and you don't even need to go do the long con. That
No.
one woman that he knows for sure is doing the long con. She's moving shit to other aisles, hiding them,
Yeah.
and hoping that the night crew doesn't find them, and she comes back in and buys them or gets them for free. But you could literally just pick anything up off
That's
any
what I'm
shelf
saying. Yeah.
and just be like, oh, this was in the chicken aisle, and it's fucking,
Yeah. It's a ham
it's
sandwich.
stovetop potatoes.
Yeah.
Right? So
Like I said, hate the
and-
game, not the play.
Why would that even be a rule? It makes no
don't know.
sense.
No,
no
it's a stupid
sense.
rule.
That's a stupid
it's
rule.
so fucking
Safeway.
stupid. hmm
That's not very
I've heard
safe
if things
at
are
all.
mislabeled.
Mislabeled.
I've heard of if things are mislabeled, you get them for
The lower
the
price.
that they're labeled
Yeah,
as.
yeah.
But this store policy is free. If it's not in the appropriate section, they give it to you for free.
That just sounds like a fake rule. It's like
Well, it
when-
is. They just made it up.
You know how when
to
it's
satisfy some angry customer once, and now it's a thing.
or remember when you were in high school and it's if the teacher doesn't show up in 15 minutes,
Oh,
we
yeah.
all get to leave.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a thing.
that
Oh,
was
yeah.
not a rule.
I
I
left.
pulled that with
I
the
left.
bus all the time.
Yeah.
If the bus is
Yeah.
15 minutes, you don't have to go. And I was always
Yeah,
the first
I
one to
totally
leave. I'm
did
like,
that.
15 minutes, we're out. And I turn behind.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Oh,
leaving.
yeah.
I'm like, fuck y'all, out of here.
Yeah,
Going home.
I got proof.
Going home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was totally that kid too. Yeah, and then I just stopped going entirely. But I definitely found the loopholes. I
Yeah.
worked them.
They aren't even
Work, I guess.
who cares? I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember I would pull the old bus is 15 minutes late, not going to school today routine. And then the next day when you go to school on regular civilian hours, like you get called into the office, like, why weren't you in school yesterday? And do you remember that like BR like secretary lady that was always fucking miserable?
Hated it.
Yeah. And like I tried to explain to her, like the bus was 15 minutes late, so I went home. And she's like, that's not a thing. And it's like, it's
in my
February in Canada. I'm not waiting out there all morning. Like,
you're supposed to pick me up.
Someone has to like call it. I give it 15 minutes. Like if that guy's 15 minutes late, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
it's fair.
I'm not freezing to death.
Give me a
new
bus.
There were times.
I have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 to go
up to
play.
an hour late.
Yeah.
There were times. It was rare, but there were times the bus was hour late.
Of course, yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
But that's not my problem.
It happens.
I'm not gonna freeze all morning.
Yeah, I got shit to do.
I got shit to do.
Like, go back to sleep.
Yeah, like go back and catch another episode of Saved by the Bell.
Bus?
We got the bus at like Delrux and Prince Charles.
Yeah.
But like over by our house.
Close as shit.
Oh.
Closer to Sargent Road.
I went to Georgetown High School. They had the bus stop there.
Oh wow.
That's where I'd get it.
That's alright.
It's crazy. We lived fucking 4 feet from each other, but we got on different buses.
Totally opposite sides of town. Like Georgetown High, that's so far away.
That is so far away. I wouldn't be getting on that bus.
Yeah,
it's so close.
If I was you, I wouldn't have gone to school all through grade 9.
No, God, no.
Well, I barely did. Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the bus.
No.
Oh, fuck.
No. Women and drugs.
And stealing.
And stealing, yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
I love it. Can't help it. I'm not going to even stop. So
don't. Yeah, okay. We won't make you stop.
Yeah. No. I've been time and a place. Like, if I'm at the fucking store with my nan, I'm not fucking stealing things, right?
No,
like, you know.
Come on.
That's out of respect for my nan.
Let your nan steal it.
Yeah, she doesn't know any better anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell her she already paid. Just tell her she already paid for it and she'd believe you. So
I got the receipt right here.
I'm actually looking forward to coming home and going and getting some barbecue with my nan.
Oh, damn.
Really looking forward to that.
All of us?
Yeah. We can all
Nan
go.
cooking
sure.
for 3?
No, we'll go out. We'll go find a barbecue.
Oh, I thought Nan was cooking.
No, Nan can't cook. She's fucking 90.
Cooking days are over. She 90 these years, eh? Dang.
No, she's probably 80 though.
That's a big jump.
Still old as shit. She lost her mind when she was in her 40s, so like, you know, 80's the new 120.
The good old days.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we could all go. That'd be fun. She'd like it.
Oh, yeah.
You guys might not, but she's mildly racist and pretty much a kook, so it might be a good time.
We should hook her up with our grandpa.
They know each other.
There we go.
There we go. That's all it takes.
I don't think they know each other well, but
doesn't take much.
Our grandpas knew each other and probably still would be familiar with each other, even though they weren't close in their adult years.
Yeah.
Who knows?
You know? Who knows?
Yeah. I know my nan definitely knows your grandpa for sure.
Let's do it.
Pretty much matchmakers.
Let's
Send in
wrap
your
them up.
emails. We'll fucking hook you up with
Let's
whoever
give them the
you
last 5 years of their lives each. Will be great.
Yeah. Just don't be putting each other in the will.
Yeah, we're not sharing.
No.
Yeah, we ain't sharing.
Also, just a heads up, I got 10% battery life, and that's it. So when I go, I'm gone.
Jesus.
So.
Okay, let's get to the topic at hand then. Fuck, this might be a quick episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I Love You, Now Die. Who is the main star of the show? Skyler, you said her name as we were starting.
Her name is
Emily?
the delightful
Carter?
Michelle Carter.
Michelle Carter.
Yeah.
This is not a statutory rape claim in any way, because when she was a teenager, she was pretty weird looking. But when she was in trial and being like 20, what a fox.
No.
Yeah, I'm feeling those eyebrows. I'm feeling.
Dude, she had like one eye was higher than
I
the
liked
other.
it. I liked the eyebrows.
Fucking
I liked the comb
just
over.
poo smeared eyebrows.
I liked it.
Oh my god.
I liked it.
Is this how we're starting it off? We're just like judging the girl hard on her looks?
I feel like
if we are,
we
then
should let her out.
Here it comes. She looked like Chucky from Bride of Chucky.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can see it.
She had and I mean like the poor girl, like
No.
I don't know what was going on, but it was like she fucking had the poo brows in full effect.
Oh yeah.
Her hair, like she like her father gave her that hairline. I
Oh,
suppose.
her father was a loser. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just it just was, I think we talked about this the other day. Like, remember when you look back at pictures of yourself in high school and you're like, oh my god, like what a fucking loser.
Oh, even like photos from 3 months ago.
Yeah, and that's all I could think when this poor girl was like, I'm going to court.
I'm with you. Like, when you look at her high school photos, you're like, what a nerd. Yeah. And then when she's in court, you're like, yeah.
Oh, you mean
really?
When she's in court and she looks like, she fucking seriously looked like Leonard Nimoy from the monorail episode of The Simpsons when he stops and gets the haircut.
I felt like she looked like a contemporary Brooke Shields.
Good shout out.
Absolutely not. Like,
contemporary Brooke Shields.
Like, it was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, she's
I'd
trying,
swim in her blue lagoon.
It looked better, but it was like, no. The only,
She just wasn't a babe,
No,
she wasn't a babe.
That. It was like the crime against fashion and cosmology that she committed.
Okay.
Jesus
Mind
Christ.
your tongue. So, for those that have not seen I Love You Now Die, this is a 2-part documentary on HBO about whatever that girl's name is with the smoking eyebrows.
Michelle Carter.
She had this boyfriend that they dated for like 2 years and only met in public like 5 times.
I think he was Conrad
Roy or something.
the third.
Yeah. So
C3 for short.
CR3. They just like texted all day and night for years, but didn't ever actually hang out. And he had some suicidal tendencies, and then after a while, she just like encouraged them and was like, "Yeah, go for it, dude." And then he did it. He kills himself in the Kmart parking lot. Or Home Depot, wherever. Not important. And then they put her on trial for manslaughter, saying that she basically, like, talked him into it.
Yeah. That's about it.
And it's a 2-part story, She had a pretty, like, weird, fucked up mental state. He had a pretty fucked up mental state. It's mostly about... To me, I feel like every teenager kind of has these kinds of like dark times. I don't know, but like they're constantly talking and just like back and forth volleying, and I feel like they're just like the worst 2 people that could ever be friends at that time in their lives.
They
do paint that picture.
Yeah,
I do
feel like it's RJ. It's funny. I feel like I said at one point where it's like I don't believe in coincidence. But it's like this, like these couldn't have been like the 2 worst people to meet
at that time.
Like worse than Bonnie and Clyde. You know what I mean? Like just that, like it mentally.
And it's a fragile time in a young person's life. Right?
Yeah. But if you think of like times you had like a bad day, like everyone's had it, and then you just like text someone and they're like, I'm also having the worst day ever, how about this? And then they're both like, how about this? Like it, and that just never stopped for like 2 years. Like neither of them had any friends, and
it was like almost like a one-upping kind of thing. Like it always seemed that, didn't it? Like every message that they would send was like, I've had a bad day, well my day was worse. I cut my finger while I was cooking. Well, I cut my finger right off. Just like we said, just the 2 absolute worst personalities that could have come together at that time. He definitely was having suicidal thoughts for a very long time, probably even before he had met her. And
he did for sure.
She was 17. I don't know how old he was when he died.
I think they were the same age. They're both in high school.
Yeah. But it was just an absolute clusterfuck for
Yeah.
the two of them, to say the least.
Well, we lost Mike for those that don't have
Yeah.
visual cues. Mike's gone. His 10% lasted all of 4 minutes. Fucking guy.
I'm glad he showed up this week
Not
with a charged
even.
computer.
Not even trying to charge that computer. But anyway, so this story eventually leads into she is just obsessed with the fucking show Glee, and somehow like fantasize their relationship was this show. It was fucking wild. Oh no, he's back.
He's back. Absolutely,
Yeah, I said do some maneuver.
It was very much like she was fucking nuts.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Hard.
and can I just give you guys like a hot, quick experience, and I'll just like not even whatever.
I don't know what that
But
means.
I'll just tell you guys straight up.
Hot
Wait,
quick,
Mike,
baby.
maybe your fucking computer wouldn't be out of battery if you didn't have any goddamn Christmas lights going on behind you, which we can clearly see.
Take it
Oh,
all
those
your
are
pal.
independent.
Yeah, you
bud.
just fucking got your microwave going.
No, all that shit's independent.
Independent.
So
Yeah.
we're building this backstory, whatever. Like that's the story. This girl talks her boyfriend into killing himself, and now is on trial for manslaughter. I remember when this story broke, whenever it was. I don't know what year it was, but I remember when it happened. And so I went into this whole documentary with the thought that I didn't think this girl did anything criminal.
Yeah, that's where we all are today still.
Is that where we're all at today?
Kill-
No. Well,
Okay, no,
yes
but
and no. Yes
No.
and
but
no.
so
Yeah,
I'm just saying
she
that
didn't do anything criminal.
No.
I agree with that. Yeah.
coming into this documentary, that was my stance.
Yeah.
So I'm just
I still feel that way. It's like morally, she definitely did do something wrong, and like I feel like this is an unpopular opinion, but the judge did side this way. I mean, granted, like there's no gray area; it's all black and white when it comes to the law. But from my point of view, like there is a gray area, and she might not have done anything criminally wrong, but morally she did, and she should still be punished for it.
Wow.
Like there is a deserving punishment there,
No, there isn't.
right? Like
All
now,
the shame
if
is
this
enough.
happened to you, or this happened to your brother, or this happened to your friend, don't you think that like some of like wouldn't you feel like she should be punished?
I feel like
She
the
wasn't
public
innocent to the whole
shaming
thing.
is enough.
No.
the public
Definitely
shaming
not.
was one of the shittiest parts, and I hate that about a lot of this shit that we watch. Is like this girl would never get a fair trial.
Oh,
She was
no
actually
way.
super smart in asking
Yeah,
for a
it's true.
The bench
judge
trial.
only.
Yeah.
And I feel like they
Yeah.
did it on the grounds that it was like people's emotions are
Yeah.
gonna get in the way of this verdict.
Yeah.
And the judge at the
It
end
makes sense.
And the judge at the end even said that, like, I had to make sure that like my emotions were in check on this. Like I didn't
Yeah.
fully within the law. Right?
Like, she's an awful person, for sure.
Oh yeah. Complete
But
scumbag.
to go to jail because that guy
You don't-
killed himself, like, no way. That's on
One
him.
thing about
Seriously
this,
though,
Yeah.
that's where we differ for sure.
I feel like one thing that really bugged me was I feel like the prosecution and a lot of people made the point that Conrad would be here today if it weren't for Michelle.
Maybe.
And I don't
Probably
buy,
not.
and I don't buy
I don't buy that. He tried to kill himself at multiple
No.
times before he even
Yeah,
met
like
her.
I don't think that's
Yeah.
And
That's
the
something that
fucking
you
mom,
can say.
back to blaming the parents for everything. But the mom was like,
Parents
I
are
didn't know he was
responsible too,
suicidal.
yeah.
I had no idea. She's playing
Yeah.
that card. But it's like,
She
he
was
tried
Well,
to...
he was
weird.
on antidepressants.
And he tried to kill
Like,
himself at
she
least
obviously
2
knew
or
some-
3 times.
Yeah,
She took him from the
Totally.
hospital after he took all the sleeping pills. It's like,
Dude.
you fucking knew.
what do you mean you didn't know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
because, like, oh, he tried to kill himself 6 months ago. I didn't know he was still sad. It's like, no,
Fuck off.
you're a terrible
Yeah.
parent. You
I
should go to
felt that
jail.
way too. But
Yeah, there's some responsibility on the parents
Oh, yeah.
as well. For sure.
And I wouldn't
They
say,
just weren't encouraging it. They were just negligent.
maybe not, like, responsibility, like, but to play
Well.
the, like, I had no idea card and it's all this fucking girlfriend's fault, it's like, no. especially when
No,
it
they
like
were
digs into
negligent.
like the dad was like fighting him and shit. It's like it's the
Yeah,
parents.
but I don't think that's like something against anything either. Like that shit does happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
But if I had to
fought my
put
dad
like
physically
who's
and I
more
didn't kill
responsible
myself,
for
you
this
know,
guy,
or like I'm not.
No.
if you had to say like who's more responsible for this fucking like 17-year-old wanting to kill himself, it's the
Yeah,
parents.
wanting to?
Yeah.
It's the
Not
parents.
his
Sure.
girlfriend being like, fine, do it. Like, do it
No.
today.
But do you think it's the
But
parents?
encouraging him,
I
it's
feel like-
definitely her.
We saw some snippets of him having some sort of like video journal at points where
Yeah.
he was like he was
Yeah.
talking about how he was in some pain, and it's like, is that
Yeah.
was that solely because of the parents? I guess they did talk about how the divorce was messy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't get it, right?
It
Like,
definitely played a role.
I
It played a
don't-
role.
Mental health is like a realm that I don't understand it. I try to, but I don't understand it, and it's like I just accept that it's like I have no idea what this kid is
Same.
thinking.
No.
But from the outside,
I
what
agree,
I
yeah.
saw was just like this kid clearly seemed to want to at least kill himself, or what he. I think like the cry for help went out, and I think the cry for help got heard by someone who was also just like suffered from mental health,
Yeah.
and instead of
Yeah.
being like, maybe we should go for a walk in the park instead of you killing yourself, she said, you can hang yourself, you can stab yourself, you can drink bleach, you can, you know, like she gave him a fucking list, the 10 commandments of how you could kill yourself.
Yeah,
You know,
dude.
like this is how I'm gonna help you. Is I'm gonna help you kill yourself.
Yeah.
And
I think a big part of the reason why I feel like she should be punished in some way other than public shaming, like there should be some actual fucking, you know, downtime for her, is the fact that she did, like, kind of push it along. Yeah, he was suicidal himself. It was him that did it. It was like her hands aren't dirty, physically dirty,
yeah.
but she did play this role in his life that put some responsibility on her, and it is shown like throughout the documentary, how much you want to believe it or not, or how much they left out or not, who fucking knows, that in her mind she had something to gain from it, this notoriety, that she was going to be put on the map because of it. It was going to up her star status, and I think like
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
agree.
fucking wrong.
That's fucked. Yeah.
And you can't just get away with that. You can't just walk away like completely free and innocent
There's definitely
after
a
playing
motive.
that role.
But
Yeah,
this girl
there's
too,
a motive.
like I think this also, it's like this poor girl, like let's not forget that. Like I feel like she was
Yeah,
like a
she
victim.
had a hard go, sure.
She like not only like okay, like it wasn't family wise, but it's just like the shittiness of like we all fucking grew up. We all know how shitty kids can be.
Yeah,
And there's always
totally.
that one kid that is the one that seems to catch the shit, you know?
Yeah.
And unfortunately for Michelle, that it was her. That none of these people liked her. None of them wanted to hang out with her. She just,
And honestly, there's probably good reason, you know?
yeah,
Like,
but
in
maybe,
all fairness,
Probably, yeah.
yeah.
probably a good fucking
Yeah.
reason.
She's
probably annoying
like,
as shit.
From the text that we saw, she's very clingy.
She's super
That
annoying.
You can only
Yeah.
imagine what's happening in real life. Like I can't deal with people like that either. That like
No, fuck
that
no.
are like constantly looking at you for answers and like asking you questions and pulling on you and stuff. Like fuck off. Like
Yeah.
I'm too chill for that these days. We're talking about like fucking children though, right? Like not fucking children, but 14-year-old girls.
Maybe the
that,
20-year-old version.
You might be talking about it, but
just the way it came
yeah,
out.
RJ was definitely talking about it earlier, but
I said the 20-year-old version.
I am not putting my hat in that ring.
No, but like these, I feel like even some of the texts that you saw between the girls, like they weren't having it. Like they, you know, and even like the best part about the documentary was when like they're on the stand and they're like, "Are you friends with her?" And none of them would say that they were friends with this girl. It was like, yeah, like we know.
But
her.
like everybody knows that person
Yeah.
from high school, and it sucks when you like even me looking back, and it's like, man, like
Yeah.
I should have really like maybe like I wouldn't say like faked it, but like I could entertain a little bit better.
Yeah.
Well, what about just ignoring it and not like feeding into everyone else's shit about this person?
But I don't even
That's
mean
where
that.
I
Like
feel
I'm
guilty,
not saying
you know?
like you two that were bullying people all the time. I just mean like
We bullied one kid, and he was our friend.
But I just mean like
Okay.
everyone knows that guy that like I sat with the table, like I had, my lunch crew. I sat with these guys all the time, and I was in no way popular, but I had like your 4 friends. And there's always that like last guy to show
Yeah.
up that you kind of just like head nod and don't really acknowledge.
That 5th friend.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say like you have your
Yeah.
Richard. You're like, hey, Rich, and that's it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna continue talking with my buds. Lunch is over. See you guys later. Get up and leave.
Yeah.
And looking
And no
back
one's
now,
going
it's
home to
like
hang out with Rich.
that really sucked for Rich. Like he was not included in any
Yeah.
way. He sat with us, but he was not part of the group.
No.
Yeah, he was never invited to the
Never.
parties. He never got invited to the movies. You know,
Never.
Like, yeah.
But he
We all had
like
those
he was
people, for
around,
sure.
yeah. But like when school was done, he was definitely this fucking chick. He probably went home and was just like waiting around.
But so that
Yep.
like with that all said, I totally
And if you
buy-
don't have family, if you don't have a decent family structure
Yeah.
or like siblings, like it's gonna hit a lot harder,
I don't
right?
even think that matters. Like, I don't think it, like at that point, it's like your parents are only so responsible.
think it does.
For things.
I
Like,
think
your
if-
parents are responsible.
if
for
you're
your
the Richard-
social, like game.
No, I know, but if you're the
you're
Richard
Richard,
at
yeah.
school, if you're
Yeah.
the Richard and then you go home and your family are like loving and caring and you guys spend time together
Yeah.
and they go and play ball with you in the park and you guys do
Family
things,
game
then
night.
it's not going to
Yeah.
hit as hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have game nights and movie nights. It's
That's
not going to
true.
hit as hard. But it sounds like she didn't have anybody
Yeah.
kind of there for her outside of school. So, like, she clung really hard to that. And obviously,
And-
you know,
The social media
Didn't help her
aspect, like
any.
you gotta acknowledge that. We
That
never
too.
had that. We didn't grow
Oh,
up in this
man.
at all.
No.
We have
No.
that now,
She must
No.
have a cool gram, but
but
she don't.
yeah.
yeah, I can't imagine what
Fucking poor
Richard
kids,
Graham would
man.
look back
Honestly.
in 2001.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So many dick pics.
But like that
Yeah,
is
there's
the thing.
already
Like
so
we
many
would go
dick
home
pics.
and it's just like there was different
And we
worlds.
did-
I had like the
I have sent
school world and like after school,
I'm
different
chopping
things.
here.
But now it's kind of all one. Like to go home and just be like, hey, what's everyone doing? And see on Instagram that all your buds are hanging out without you.
Yeah.
Like that's
There was
different.
one
Like
That'd be hard.
There was one.
we
point
did
in the
that, but Richard had
messaging-
no idea.
No.
No,
There was one
exactly.
point in the documentary where like there was a message where she was like, "Do you want to go to the baseball game? Like I'm going to watch so and so play."
Yeah.
And the girl just sent back like, "Oh no, sorry, I have people over."
Yeah.
It's like just that, like, ooh, like you're not even hiding the fact that like you have people over and you're not inviting her. Like there's no follow up. Like we just come here. It was like, oh, okay, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, yeah.
So this
It
girl,
would definitely play a role for sure.
It's
like,
fucking
this girl,
heavy,
there
yeah.
was
Not
like
fitting
a
in.
circle of bullying, but I also totally buy the narrative for the motive that she may have pushed this along to further her social status.
Oh, it seemed that way for sure.
yeah,
because
for
there
sure.
was the
That is
whole
her motive.
Softball tournament or whatever.
the softball, but there was a dry run too, apparently,
Yeah.
of like
couple days before.
That's the
She
thing
said-
that okay. So, a
I
little
didn't
bit.
fully get
The
dry
show
run.
is about, or in the movie anyway, like 3 days before this dude kills himself, she starts texting her like wannabe friends, or not actually her friends, saying like, "Oh, my boyfriend's missing. No one's seen him," and they're all like giving her a bunch of sympathy, and she's like, "He killed himself. Like he hasn't answered his phone," and she gets a whole bunch of attention. So then the theory is like, oh, 2 days later, when he actually is going to kill himself, that's why she's really pressing it, so that her big stupid lie like actually makes sense.
Sticks, yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's this doctor that like argues that she was on so many antidepressants and all that stuff that she was in this like haze that had really no idea what was going on and didn't really know her concept. And I'm kind of leaning toward him for that reason, that the timeline doesn't make sense. Like either way, like her friends are going to find out like he didn't actually kill himself till Friday and she was telling everyone on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like she couldn't have been in her right mind, and that was like a thing.
No, I
Yeah.
think your brother hit the nail on the head. It was a trial run. Like
Yeah.
because
But how do you
she quickly
explain that
reversed.
and still try to get sympathy? Oh, actually, I was lying on Tuesday, but he did it on
I don't-
Friday.
I think
It's
I
like,
don't
what?
think she has to because he
No.
ended up killing himself.
But
It was
she
like,
told everybody
so
on
she was,
Tuesday. Like, no one
legitimately-
asks, like, oh.
But so here, this was my confusion on
She
that
didn't
moment.
say he killed himself. She said he was missing. And it's like, you're not going to, after this guy actually does go through with it, with her encouragement, you're not going to question 3 days ago when he went missing. You're just not going to.
I think they would.
See, this was my confusion where it's like,
I don't know.
did she drop that bomb and then just never tell them that he didn't kill himself and then just waited till he did kill himself so they think he's been dead
No,
for
I
like
think
a
she
week?
reversed it. I think in those messages she was like, oh, like,
No, he was found.
thank
yeah.
God or
Right.
something. Yeah. I think
So,
there was some reversal there.
I think though that scientist doctor guy, I'm not discrediting him and saying that he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But I just think it's junk. I didn't believe
Oh,
that
it
man
sounded
at
like
all.
junk science to me. Yeah.
I thought it's like, I feel like that's the prosecution paying this guy to be like, does this diagnosis exist? Yes.
Yeah.
Could this girl have it? Sure.
Yeah.
Then we want you to go on the stand and say that she has it.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to prove that she doesn't have it.
No.
Like, like
How
if we
can you
just
prove
say
it? It's an expert opinion. It's not
Yeah.
anything.
And I feel like that was the vibe I got from the cross questioning and all that, was just that it's like, this guy, I don't think this guy actually knows her at all, and he's just like, this diagnosis, it exists and I think she has it, that's it, right? And
Yeah.
so
I'm with you. I think that was
did all
bullshit.
seem
I
like
think
junk
something
science.
is fucked.
Yeah.
It's junk science.
But
I'm
there
not
was an
saying-
obvious change.
There's something going
There
on
was an
there that's
obvious
like,
change.
she's fucked for sure.
yeah, I'm not saying
because
she wasn't
there was a
fucked.
point.
And besides
Up to
all
a
that
point, she
point,
wasn't
I still don't
encouraging
think
it.
she
Yeah.
should go
She
to
wasn't
jail.
encouraging
I
it.
still think she's like scot-free.
Okay, now here's the other issue.
She's not scot-free.
Scot-free.
She's not, though.
Here, to me,
No.
is the biggest
She might be
issue.
rich-free, but she's not scot-free.
I guess too, like, we may have glossed over that, like, there was a point in the suicide attempt where Conrad had put a water pump in the back seat of his trunk, left it running, rolled up the window so he would die from carbon monoxide poisoning. And in the middle of it, he did get out and left the car.
Yeah, he was freaked out.
Allegedly.
She called him, Michelle called Conrad and told him, in quotations, I told him to get back in the fucking car.
Yeah.
So, and he got back into the car and then had died.
Yeah.
Right? My biggest issue, I'm not, like, I feel like we haven't said that. I feel like we have to put that out there. My issue with everything that took place wasn't necessarily with what took place before, but what took place after. And I thought her actions afterwards weren't the actions of someone that was trying to help Conrad.
Okay. I could give her some
I can see
charges
that.
on the actions after. I see what you're going.
Well, that's what she got.
She played
sent
dumb
away
after. She knew
She
damn
played
well.
dumb after. And
For. Well,
he-
and they said because she encouraged it, like, in the moment.
Ah,
Like, there
I don't
was
care about
some-
that. That's on him.
yeah.
But as far as
Yeah.
after, when his parents were like, I don't think they found him till the
Where is
next
he?
day or something. Like, nobody
Yeah.
knew where he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like texting sisters and shit, be like, I don't know where he is. Like, if
Again,
she
Yeah,
was
she
just
was
like
playing- she
to the
was
mom
playing a
right
game,
away,
yeah.
like, he called me, he killed himself, he's at this location.
Yeah.
I can buy the, like I said earlier.
Yeah,
I
I'd
can
hit
buy
her
the-
with some kind
she
of
heard
like
the cry for
fucking up
help.
an investigation charge.
She heard the cry for help and thought of the cry for help as, instead of, I'm going to steer you away from suicide, I'm going to guide you to suicide.
Yeah,
And then it
that's
happened.
fine, perfectly legal.
And I think if that was what your purpose was, you would have then, like, when you knew that they were gone, you would have called in to the police, you would have called the parents and been like, hey, this is what happened.
Right.
You don't...
Well,
you
any,
don't
any right-minded person.
Yeah, you
you
don't
wouldn't
milk
drag
it.
it. Like, you're
Yeah.
clearly not helping them when you, like we said, you're playing dumb, and it was like a day and a half later. It wasn't until they found the phone,
Yeah.
right? Like, they didn't even really look at the phone right away because they thought it was suicide.
Yeah, he left a note, all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it seemed like, hey, this sucks. this is terrible. But then it wasn't until a couple days later. I don't know when it was, but they did take the phone initially, just as like, hey, we should look at it.
Basic.
Yeah, basic cop stuff. But that was the part that got me. That to me it seemed fishy. Now, when we if you guys want to get into like this, like I don't know, is it manslaughter to do what she did? Is
scot-free?
I feel like this kind of falls scot-free. I feel like it falls in the like, if you sell somebody ecstasy and it's bad ecstasy and they overdose, like you can go to jail for manslaughter for that. Like just I don't, it's not a physical.
Well, one defense attorney made the analogy, like if someone's on a bridge and they're going to jump, and you say jump and they jump, that's one thing. But if you say to them like jump or I'll push you, that's a totally. And she never did that. She's like kill yourself or I'll kill. Like that never came up. It was just like jump.
No, it's true.
Just jump.
Yeah.
And he did it. So I feel like she's scot-free. I'm with you guys.
But seriously, scot-free? Like,
well, I'm with you that in the post...
Like, she didn't do anything wrong?
In the post, she should have just, called mom and been...
But even in the... okay, so back to that junk science and shit. Like, she was acting like a normal person would. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, my God, I can't believe you're... And then all of a sudden, something switched in her head. Maybe that's medication-induced. Maybe it's, like, a vanity thing. Maybe it's all of it tied into one. Right? Who fucking knows? No one's actually going to know what's going on in her head. So then there was an obvious switch where she started encouraging him to do this and then started becoming like a bully about it. You don't think there's anything wrong with that, RJ? Seriously?
It's
like,
morally...
Maybe it's not criminal, but like morally
it's fucked.
So should she not be punished?
The moral law is different than the criminal law.
What fucking world do we live in where you can walk around and do all this immoral shit and not be fucking punished?
I'm just saying this. Okay, look at it.
It's not even about the law at this point.
I think no, it is. This is the problem with this case.
It's above the law.
Not to me, it's not.
Listen, it's not about if what she did was right or wrong.
Wrong.
It's about if what she did was criminal.
That's what I'm saying. It was wrong as shit. Yeah.
Because maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't criminal, but it was
totally
fucking
agree
wrong.
With you. It's wrong. Like it's fucked up what she did.
So there needs to be a punishment for that.
So that's the thing.
That's how.
Well, and that's what
was a criminal though.
The defense lawyer was good. He was like, she did some garbage shit. But what she did isn't illegal, and you can't make up a crime in hindsight to add it to
That's true.
You can't just make up actually you're not allowed to do that. It's like you can change it now, and I think they should change it. Yeah. Make cyberbullying or whatever a way stricter thing. Cyberbullying to suicide is now a law. Do that.
Yeah.
But it's not a law when she did it. You can't punish her.
That's true.
Now, yeah.
But
maybe legally you can't, but morally and responsibly, she should be punished.
They should have a 2-part documentary that everyone know who she is forever. She'll never have friends, never host a softball tournament again.
No, she's done. No homers for
Michelle.
All she's got to do is cut her hair like Hillary Clinton and get rid of those stupid fucking eyebrows, and she'd blend back into the world,
Until then.
So, I mean... She doesn't have to she has to live with the guilt.
Oh,
Maybe she will water that down. I think there's something to say about prescription pills and children that we all know is a fucking problem. It's a problem with adults. So when you put children they touch on it so briefly, but they don't have a fully formed brain.
No.
The frontal cortex or whatever, right?
See, now this is the other issue, okay?
You're cracking another beer 55 minutes into the show.
Yeah, this isn't for you guys. This is for me. This is my post game. But, so, I guess I've done a little reading ahead and have learned that her appeals have fallen through.
Yep.
But her new appeal is that this charge is infringing on her freedom of speech. Meaning...
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
And I think she's getting off.
She should get off, yeah. Scot free.
And because this is the problem with this whole case, and it's a slippery slope, and it's actually very very recent, as in like last week, that there was a bunch of shootings in America.
Yeah.
And
every day.
The president is fucking telling people to like fuck the immigrants, you should shoot them, they need to get out. And now people are shooting them. So if this girl is gonna go to jail for this guy that's killed himself,
I see where you're going.
Where do you draw the line, and who is next? And it's slippery because it could go either way. Just because I have an opinion one way doesn't mean that someone else doesn't have that other right-wing opinion. Opposing opinion.
Yeah.
And maybe they're the one that like gets to inflict that law on people. Yeah. You can't be telling people what to say and what not to say.
No.
It's shitty because
people
say shitty fucking things.
Thinking about.
And Mike, you were saying, like, just because like I think it's wrong because you think it's wrong doesn't mean other people think it's wrong. And that's the shittiness of all this whole fucking thing.
Yeah. And freedom of speech should not be fucked with. Like at whatever loss that we may incur because of it, or injustices that may happen. I mean, racism sucks, but you can't take away a person's right to feel racist and say these things.
Okay.
You can't.
No.
You can't. You can't take that away from. It's basic human rights to have our own opinions and to vocalize them. Doesn't mean they're right. There should be safe spaces and places where, you will incur some possibly physical actions because of it.
Oh yeah, there's consequences for saying that, but you should be allowed to say it.
Yeah, consequences. Yeah, having the basic right to say it, you can't fuck with that.
Yeah.
So, that is a weird, tricky little thing that you just brought up with the president and the shootings and even this person's
I even just feel like the situation of their boyfriend and girlfriend for, 2 years or something. It's not like she's bullying a child, kill yourself, kill yourself, kill yourself. She's not bullying, a mentally handicapped kid she goes to high school with. It's kill yourself, kill yourself. It's they're almost equals. They love each other. It's a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bullying,
sloppy mess.
It's a mess. And I'm with you guys. Post suicide, she fucked up. Get her charges for
she did,
in
now,
whatever you call that, fucking up. If you,
I thought the charges were a bit light. That
7 years, I think she got.
She got 2.5.
Oh, that's been 2.5 since it was 2015.
And if she served 80% of them, she would be good.
Yeah,
right.
That's
so whatever,
nothing.
80% of 2.5.
Quit your whining and take your 2.5.
Yeah, that's where I tap out. I don't have a say. I don't have an opinion about how much time she should or shouldn't do.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Yeah.
But she should definitely be punished.
I think again, it's Mike. I think this falls in the same thing that you're saying. It's was it manslaughter? Was it assault? Maybe.
Assault. Maybe.
I don't know.
It's
hard.
Badgering. It's that weirdness of was she guilty of manslaughter?
Coercion. Coercion or whatever. That's a thing.
Even if you just hit her with impeding an investigation or whatever the fuck that's called, and just give her the max. Give her 2 years. That's nothing.
That didn't seem like a lot.
Yeah.
And it was.
But it's still something. Something. On paper, it's she's doing. She's got to make up for this. She does have to feel something from it.
Again,
she can't just walk away scot-free.
Greasy.
Come out, write a book, make a Netflix show, be rich.
The word I described the whole time for this show was that girl was just fucking greasy. Everything about her. It was just
Are you talking about her hair slicked off to one side?
Her hair, her eyebrows, her fucking snot face that she made.
Yeah, that attitude.
That Brooke
her
Shields
attitude.
face.
And it's I don't know. Also, though, I feel bad because it's people totally us just shit on her for her appearance.
Just you two.
That's the public opinion thing that sucks.
It has nothing to do with her
no,
and
I know.
what she does.
I'd go risky for sure.
They even they even talked about how it was the media circus of how she dressed up, and
Dude,
people got mad at her
that
because she
was-
was dressed
Is
up.
she gonna
right?
go in
It's like-
overalls?
I know we've all seen it, but that
Exactly,
was
like,
one of the grossest parts.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was one of the grossest parts. Like watching all those people trip over each other,
Yeah.
like literally.
Yeah, yeah.
They left that in
was
the
great.
documentary,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
Yeah.
But like, how fucking gross is media in
Yeah,
general?
they're the worst.
Yeah.
Like that's so fucking gross.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
I would hate to be in that
I was
industry.
thinking that
Just like the fucking leeches, roaches, like
Yeah.
oh.
during that scene, I had that
Man.
exact thought. Like, imagine being that like 40-year-old dude that's overweight with no hair, and your job is to stand out there, get like a shot, and you're so like panicked that you fall down, break your camera, get up, pretend nothing happened, still chase her to the car, and then when she's gone,
Yeah.
it's like I gotta get back to the station and turn this in. Like it has some
Yeah,
type
and it's
of
just
like
a blurry
value.
shot of you falling down.
Yeah, it's like, what have you done with your life, dude? Like, you used to be like a cool high schooler. You weren't Richard. Maybe you were. But, like, what turn did you come
Yeah,
down to
maybe.
just be some total slave, like, no self-worth?
Ugh. Like they're the scum of the
They're
earth.
the scum of the earth.
Like those media people.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
all the paparazzi.
the scum.
Like get a fucking grip.
Yeah,
Scum of the earth.
Yeah, you go to jail.
Yeah.
Let her out.
Yeah, they should. They
you
should.
guys-
They're invading people's privacies.
Did you guys see
Yeah.
okay, so I found something humorous, and it was all the men in this documentary were named Conroy or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like Conrad
Yeah, yeah.
Conrad the third, who killed himself. Both his father and grandfather were in the documentary.
His grandfather was a unique individual.
Yeah, he was a good dude.
But I liked him. I liked him.
But so I found funny was he was like, when I had my son, and the first thing I thought was he looked just like me, so I decided
Yeah.
I was gonna name him Conrad. But
And I
then-
could see the resemblance.
right. But
you
did
know,
you not notice
yeah,
that, like, later in the documentary, it looked like Conrad Jr. straight up had a fucking twin brother that
He
looked
did.
just like
There was
him.
a full-on twin in that courtroom.
It's like, well, what about this son? What will you name him? Like, I don't know, Kevin, Richard.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking
You
Richard.
know, like, pass
It's so
him off.
funny.
But
Yeah.
straight up, that like it was the same person sitting in the fucking
Yeah, he had a
church,
fucking
like,
twin for
in
sure.
the stands. Like, what?
Just
What is going on?
What is going on? Who is the father?
He's
One
the
is
son
Clint-
they don't talk about.
Yeah, it's like that guy's really upset. It must be the dad. But who is that other guy
Yeah,
that looks
yeah.
just like him? Who's a
Just
little
like the
less
dad,
upset? Yeah. Just like the dad. Oh fuck! I thought
Yeah.
that was funny.
I think
And then the Conrad 3, the kid that killed himself, just to touch on what we were just saying, he looked nothing like any of them. So
No,
I
not
don't
at
know
all.
what the hell they were talking
No.
about.
Not at all.
Not at all.
That's what I thought. Where it was just like the one guy was a real muscle faced dude,
yeah.
Conrad Jr.
Oh, yeah.
And even that, like, I feel like there was a point in the documentary where I had to pause. I was watching with the roommate, and they just kept being like junior and senior and three and junior and senior, and it's like, who the like
Yeah.
how many Conrads are they all in this? And then yeah, like, you know, the dad shows up in his
Did they
little
just say
scooter.
senior, junior?
Yeah.
Like, which one is senior, junior?
Yeah, I don't fucking know what's going on. There's too
There's
many.
a junior, a junior, and a senior, junior.
Yeah, maybe the junior
who
was the
fucking
twin
knows?
brother. He
Maybe,
also
yeah.
looks like me.
Conrad second.
Oh fuck.
Well, like, no matter which way you spin it, like, it's a sad fucking story.
It's a great
and there's something
flick,
to say
though.
about
Definitely
social
watch
media.
It. Yeah.
It was great. Definitely watch it. There's something to say about social media and how much people fucking rely on that for validation. There's something to say about the pharmaceutical industry, how much people rely on that for, like, comfort and, like, normality. There's just so much wrong with, like, how we rely on things as a society, and especially these young fucking kids who are so impressionable and who have, like, no fucking idea what life is really about or what the world is really about. You know, like, I've lived 1,000 lives. I have, up to this point. I've done it all. I haven't seen it all, but, like, I've done everything I've ever wanted to do in life, you know, except for gay stuff. But, like, maybe I'll wait, you know. So, like,
it's called sex, Mike.
No.
It's just called
It's
sex.
called regular
these days.
sex, man.
It's 2019. Trying sex.
And I still don't have it Anyways, point is, I still don't have it figured out, and I don't know what next year is going to look like. So I'm not putting all my eggs in this basket. I'm just doing this
What
for
does
now.
that sound?
The dog is having a dream. He's over there huffing and puffing, having a dream.
All right. Well, if the dog is dreaming, I think we should all wrap things up.
That scared the
That
shit
is
out
a
of me for a
creepy,
second there. I was like,
squeaky
there's a
dog
rabbit in my van. Yeah.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah,
This was a great,
So
great
should we
topic.
get final thoughts
Yeah,
here?
final thought. She should be scot-free. That guy fucking killed himself. That's on him.
Okay.
Mental illness is like...
That's not my final
But
thought,
it's
but
like
I've said
mental
enough.
illness is for real a thing. It's serious, and the guy did it.
Yeah.
Like you can't like say, I don't know. I go like I'm so like sympathetic to that. Like if he only thought the only way out is like ending it, I'm so miserable every day. I think he has the right to do that. Like sorry,
Yeah.
maybe people don't want to hear that, but
51% is on him.
it's on him. Yeah.
No,
And
I
if
agree.
it made him, like he's
agree,
like every day is
51%
unbearable. I
is on
need to end it. Like let him fucking do it.
Yeah. Now here,
Yeah.
like this is
Yeah.
a quick question I will pose to you guys before we sign off here. If you know that one of your friends wants to kill himself,
Yeah.
is it wrong of you to assist them to kill themselves?
Yeah. I don't want to go to jail, but I think they should just do it and shut up about it.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. It is wrong. It is wrong.
Okay. So it's wrong for me to help my friend kill themselves.
But
That's
if they
all,
just
like,
did it, I'm not going to judge them and think anything. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
that's what they did.
I think it is.
That's the only answer. That's what they did.
Yeah.
I feel like being a life of like medication sounds fucking horrible.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. Just like put that water pump on and go to sleep.
Jesus Christ. The fucking dog is having the time of his life over
What's
there.
the water
like,
pump
what about-
situation
what about
in your
you? What's
van
your-
right now,
what's-
buddy?
What's your verdict, Mike? What do you got?
Somewhere in there. Just huddled up in some pile of clothes.
There you go.
What was the question? What is my
what's
feeling on
your
all this?
verdict? Yeah, what's your final verdict? RJ scot-free.
Scot free.
No, she should be punished, but I don't know to what extent. It's just she doesn't deserve to walk away and forget about all this. She contributed to the death of this fucking young man, and it's not right. I don't know how wrong it is. I don't know what level of wrong it is, but like in my heart, I can tell you that morally it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And she needs to suffer some punishment because of it. If it was 2 years, then it was 2 years. And a lifetime of shame and guilt, fine. That is it. But it was something. She had to endure something.
Yeah. Give her
So-
something, right?
All right.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
Skylar,
Okay.
She's not scot-free, but it is super gray area.
Yeah.
Like it's like Scott medium or something, you know?
So we got scot-free,
Like-
Scott over
medium.
maybe. Give him something.
Yeah.
Yeah. My thought
Pure
again.
Scott. You pure Scott?
I went into this thinking she did nothing criminal. I still feel that she has the right to say what she wants to him, and but I agree with the fact that she told him to get back in the car was sketchy as fuck.
oh yeah.
Knowing that it wasn't safe, you know.
Yeah.
It's like jumping
There's
back
something
in.
wrong with that.
Jump back into the pool with crocodiles. You need to get back in there, you know.
Yeah.
If joking or not,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe she was joking, and the text was taken wrong, which is another story about how just like how do you read text and what's funny.
Well,
and
there's
not.
no.
Well, it wasn't in text.
Yeah, let's not
It
even
wasn't in
dig
text.
into that. Like that wasn't even
That's
text.
true.
She
No,
allegedly
that's
said that
also
over
true.
the
It's all.
phone.
It is speculation.
Yeah. There's
It is
no-
speculation and what she told her friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It might
that's
not
all
have
that
happened.
we have.
It probably happened,
yeah.
but it might not have
I
happened.
think
It probably happened in some way.
Yeah.
Because she
bra-
felt guilty, and that's why she was texting her friend.
Yeah.
She bragged about it, and then, like I said, the
really
aftermath to me, with the motive that was presented, it's like this makes sense.
Yeah.
that I think she did something.
I think she did too, but yeah.
And
Still sketchy.
I'm with Mike. I think it's criminal because I also feel like there needs to be like you're saying, RJ, that it's like this is the first time and it's like there's no law.
Yeah.
But it's like this needs to be like the benchmark of just like this is you can't do this to people.
No, change.
This is the
make a new law.
World we live in a world where people meet people online and they don't actually interact face to face.
Yeah.
And it's like the whole bullying aspect of shit, and it's like you can't just fucking say things to people and not think there's a like repercussion to it. Especially in this light where, it's like I feel like I don't know. But again, it's the whole she gets to say what she wants.
Yeah. I love when Michael Jackson fans message us and we tell them to go suck kid dicks. Yeah. I don't want to think about how that ruins their day. Like, that's so fun for me.
Yeah. An interesting thing, too, though, is I feel like there's evidence and a defense in her walking to the courthouse and having people yell at her to go kill herself.
Yeah. That's a thing.
Yeah,
that's fucked. People are the worst.
That's fucked. But you're still entitled to it.
You're entitled to yell that.
Right?
Yeah.
So they get to yell that.
You're allowed to yell it. Yeah.
You just can't put it in text and have it come up in a court.
If she actually did
it's
it.
Different, it's different when there is no motive behind that except for maybe
revenge.
Getting heard on evening news.
Yeah.
Like there was no... there's intent, but there's no I don't know. It's just
honestly, the more I think about it, my issue again is all post death. I think she didn't. I think she gets Seinfelded.
Yeah.
Where it's like you watched a crime happen and you laughed and you did nothing about it, and then it's like you got to do something. You got to help that person.
Yeah.
Right. If that person is drowning, you got to help them. If they're stuck on the tracks and the train's coming, you got to try to help them.
I don't think you gotta help them, but you can't lie and say you have no idea where they are and leave her family fucking
that's true.
Her family's losing it for a day and a half, and all the police that are wasting their time looking all over the city, that's the crime.
If she was on the phone, like she said when he died, it's I don't know why your next phone call. I get if you want to talk to him while it happens.
Yeah.
But your next phone call needs to be to
the police.
The police or the ambulance or a parent.
Yeah.
His parents.
Yep.
That's where I think she got shady.
And I'm with you there.
For
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was just looking for some notoriety.
So it sounds like
one
Scott medium and two Scott freeze.
Me and RJ will be home next month, and we can fucking hash this out even further when we're face to face.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you...
We can duke it out.
I'm going to tell you to do something, and then if you do it, it's my responsibility.
Yeah. No, see, that's
the
difference.
Go suck an egg, and you suck it. That's on me.
Yeah. Suck an egg. We'll see. One of us will be dead by the end of the week.
I did tell you to go
suck an egg.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I am excited for our... let's just break the news right now. If anyone's listening, they're obviously diehard fans. Me and RJ are going to be back in Toronto mid-September, and we're going to be doing some three-way podcasting.
In the same house.
For at least a couple weeks.
First time ever. Yeah.
Same room podcasting.
I don't know.
Exciting.
Same room, first time ever. Same room in the last fucking 5 years.
Yeah. So. Easily. All right. Well, let's wrap this up.
We're gonna wear a bang wire.
We're gonna fucking wear bang wire, audio only, so it's not creepy.
Yeah.
You know the drill.
You know the drill. Frontline Fiesta, we fucking love you. Amazing intro, outro. Thank you for a year and one episode of slick moves. You can download this podcast on all podcast platforms, Stitcher, iTunes, whatever, all the other ones. Do you guys have any last words? Don't tell me
we had last
Well, don't
words.
tell me to kill myself, because if I do it, it's on you.
Ooh.
Don't action.
Wow.
Disprove it.
Anyway, Mike has 0.1% battery, so let's wrap this up.
My final words are, everybody, just take care of each other. If someone reaches out to you for help, help them.
There we go.
Yep.
Or...
Yep. I agree.
No,
No,
help them,
Lars,
help them,
just
help
help
them,
them. Just help them. Just help them all the time.
Yeah, okay.
Just help them.
Please, just
All right.
get out of here before the joke comes.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for
done.
tuning in this
Goodbye.
week. We are Pretty Much Experts. You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube. While you're at it, go have a look at our Facebook page. You can ask an expert any time of day or night, whatever you like. And if you're into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. We want to hear from you, baby. Thanks again, everybody. Tune in next week. We are Pretty Much Experts, and we love you, I guess.